Okay. So wow, guys. Wow. We had a very busy week this week, guys. If you've been unaware of what's been happening, we've been on fire. We've been torching them. We've been torching the airways, man. We've been doing so many hot shows that it's getting around that this is a hot show. You know, it's a hot show. And it's hard to do that because we talk politics. And most of the language is clean. And it just so happens that in culture, what usually jumps off is comedy material that is in your face. Couple guys talking smack and cursing each other out usually does a lot better than this. But, it's crazy, man. I said that with my brother, Dr. Musa. We had a conversation primarily about education, and that's doing pretty well. Last time I checked, it was at 30,000, and that's good for a topic that's about something a lot less shiny, a lot less electric, which is the Department of Education. You know what I'm saying? So give it up for Musa Abdullah. Go see him at All Things Education on YouTube. Give it up for my brother, y'all. Yeah. That's what that is. You see how we can all work together and kind of have some objectives together, man? That's dope. So tonight's topics are cities bleed billions for migrants. That's right, the mayors of the sanctuary cities had to come to the Capitol and appear at a hearing, and they had an opportunity to talk, and boy, did they talk. Trump's budget cuts, Elon versus Rubio. And the Democrats learned nothing. Democrats learned nothing. I know nothing. They be defiant too. I'm not going to learn anything today. They're like a bunch of Marcias. Marsha. Karens with their arms folded, defiant. I'm going to lose an election, and I'm not going to learn anything either. I'm going to blame black people who didn't vote for Kamala. That's what I would do. For the Democrats, a funny group, man. I refuse to learn. Learning from one's mistakes. Oh, no. No, I can't learn from my mistakes. That would mean I was accountable. Can't go around being accountable. What my accountants say. Johnson, we got some stuff to get into tonight, man. I got my people in the house, man. We do what we do. Thank you for joining. Thanks for becoming a member. Harriet Mason became a new member. Harriet Mason's in the house. My sister out the blue. She's like, yo, I'm up in here, Tim Black. Yo, we got a couple new members that came through, man. Harriet Mason just became a member of the YouTube family. Give it up for Harriet Mason, y'all. Yeah, man. That's the love, Harriet. That's the love, sister. Thank you for joining us. And this is becoming a trend because right behind it is China Doll Savage. She became a member of the Tim Black Show. Give it up for China Doll, y'all. Give it up. Thank you, China Doll. My sister. So here we are, guys. Here we are. Man, we're going to jump off into some content. I guess I got to get going, fam. We got to get going. We got to hit it. Okay, so yesterday, folks, following up, guys. Don't forget, the goal tonight is 400 likes. On a Friday, we try to get to 400 likes. Hit the like button on your way in. You may forget it later. So hit the like button for us, guys. Let the algorithm know. This ain't for bragging rights. This is for the algorithm to say, okay, these people like the show. If you comment, if you hit like, it helps us in the algorithm. That's why we want you to do it. So hit the like button, people. Yesterday's show, I covered a story about Elon Musk and Ben Shapiro floating this thing. They were floating this idea that Trump should pardon Derek Chauvin. We covered that segment yesterday. Well, today, Donald Trump was asked that question. Yeah, he was asked right in the Oval Office during a press conference, routine press conference. He was asked that very question. Here goes Donald Trump's response to, will he be pardoning Derek Chauvin?
Your allies are calling on you to pardon Derek Chauvin. Are you considering pardoning Derek Chauvin?
No, I haven't even heard about it. No.
Now, I heard this type. There we go. One more time, Johnson.
Your allies are calling on you to pardon Derek Chauvin. Are you considering pardoning Derek Chauvin?
No, I haven't even heard about it. No.
Now, see, here's the problem with this. He's Trump. Yeah, that's the problem with it. He's Trump. So it doesn't matter what he says. It doesn't matter what he says because he's Trump. And the critics of Trump, those people that say, I'm independent, I don't ride with any party. I hate both parties, Tim. I agree with you, Tim. Both parties suck. I see what Trump said he's not going to pardon them. So what? We can't believe him. He a liar. They still infected with the Trump is evil stuff, no matter what he says. So even when you ask him a question, he says, I'm not considering it. It won't matter. The Democrats will still get a news cycle, still get to say it over and over again. And a lot of people that say they're independent will not have a problem with it because it's Trump saying it. And since it's 10 years of Trump is evil, he is Hitler, he is Idi Amin, he's the Boston Strangler, they're going to believe anything bad said about him. He could say, no, I'm not going to do that. I had no plans of doing that. It's not on my itinerary. I swear to God, I won't do it on my kid, on my son's life. I won't do it. And they'll still go, yeah, but how do we know that though? So you think you got me. You thought you could fool me with that, Trump. Trying to act all sincere. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Now, on the flip side, if Kamala Harris said, I'm black, they go, I thought your daddy was Jamaican. And I thought your mama was Indian. Yeah, I'm still black. Go, where's the black American part? It just is. Just believe me. Okay, I believe you. And then if you disagree, you hate women. Oh, man. Folks, what I'm trying to tell you is this is what I've been dealing with. This is what I've been dealing with. And don't get me wrong, I was like you. I used to be like that too. And then I had to be detoxed. And I said, you know what? If I'm gonna truly be both parties suck, I can just not, I can't fall for the banana in the tailpipe on this type of stuff. Either nobody's ever honest, or you believe people so they prove you wrong. Or you use your discernment. You know what? Is this what it is? I hear the convention. He could bring slavery back. He said, no one's answering that question, but I don't think it's legal to bring slavery back. I think it's against the law to own people. But he can do it though, Tim. There you go. You must be a MAGA head believing he ain't going to bring back slavery. Look at his eyes. Ain't nothing I could do with some of these people, man. Ain't nothing I could do with them, man. I try to speak reason. These people don't understand that half of the stuff that they hear is just to scare them so they can get votes, so the Democrats can get easy votes and easy donations. They know the system's built on money. They know MSNBC and CNN and all these news entities make money creating controversy. They know this. But whenever an issue comes up, they never believe that applies to the issue that's going on. It's the craziest thing. It's the craziest thing. They know it. They say media is corrupt and this is corrupt and everything's about money and they charge you for health care, and if you don't have money, you could die on the street and you could be a veteran and still die homeless on the street. People will step over you and take your dog and put it in the shelter and take care of it, but leave you on the sidewalk. We know we live in that country. And then when something happens and I say, hey, don't trust it, they go, oh man, you're a sellout, man. There you go, believe in Trump. No, man, I'm telling you, I don't believe the media. I don't believe the media. And I go based on my research. I go based on what I find out, John. So anyway, we're gonna keep it going, John. It's just, I just thought I'd open the show up with that. Some of you may feel a little bit better, probably not a lot of you. Because, like I said, it's very difficult. If you've been an American citizen, it's sort of like racism. Say you're a kid, you're growing up, and you don't even know anything about color or race or anything. But probably after 10 years of living in America, once you become cognizant, you can understand words and stuff pretty well, you start becoming conditioned. You know what I'm saying? Even if you are, because it's implicit. You start realizing, you start feeling that, things that are white are better and things that are black are scary and, bad, mean, these little signals society starts sending to you. But that's the way I look at Trump. That's the way I look at our media. That's the way I look at the Democrats and Republicans. Pretty much if you grew up in a liberal state or around a liberal environment, you've been getting these signals your entire life that Republicans equal Klan and Democrats equal not the Klan. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how you've been conditioned. That's the signals that you got. If you grew up in the North or if you grew up anywhere except maybe down South, maybe, these are conditions that's conditioning that the environment gave you. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, maybe people agree with me. Maybe you understand what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. But I think, and after 10 years of Trump is evil, Trump is the devil, fascist, it has to leave some type of an impression. They spent billions of dollars telling you that. It don't cost, if you keep seeing pictures, they say it takes 7 advertisements for you to even pay attention to an ad. How many times have they put in front of you an ad that Trump was evil? I'm just saying, just living your life, watching TV, watching news, just walking by, listening to a show, on a podcast, on the radio, whatever you do. How many times have you heard that subliminally, right? How many times have you been exposed to that type of messaging from the Democratic Party and that Republicans are evil and Democrats are the good party, the good people. They care about everybody. They're fair. They're going to work for you. They're going to, if you're black, you've been conditioned a certain way if you've been in a certain environment. So I'm not saying that you're a bad person. I'm just saying we need to think about the conditioning that has happened. And I'm saying, and I've been telling people, and I'm going to leave this here. The mission of this channel is to get black people out of the burning building, which is the Democratic Party. I'm not trying to make you be a Republican. I want you to become an independent like me. And then you make decisions based on who got the best offer. I want you to literally go up to the counter of life with politics and be like, so who got the best deal today? See, I'm not Roland Martin. Roland Martin wants you to come up and pick Democrats. I want you to walk up to the counter of politics and go, who has the better option for me and my family? What you offer? Oh, shut up, I don't want to hear that. What you offer? That's what I want us to be able to do. Every other group does that. There are people paid to keep you from doing that. You understand that. There are people putting millions of dollars in their pockets a year to keep you from being that basic, making a decision based on what's on the board. That's all I'm saying. All right, y'all. Yep. And so they're trying to get rid of my black ass, right? Yeah, they're trying to get rid of me. I'm a problem. Because that sounds too reasonable. That don't sound nefarious. It don't sound crazy. It doesn't sound too radical either. It just sounds normal. Because this is what white people and Latino people and Asian people and Native American people do every election, but not us. And you best believe I'm the worst nightmare for the Democrat elites, the black Democrat elites. I'm their worst nightmare. That's why they try to co-opt me first. That's why. To shut me up. How else you think I got Andrew Yang and Marianne Williamson and Donna Brazile and all these other people on my show? Ro Khanna, how I get sitting Congress people to come on this channel? Why else you think they did it? You think they accidentally did it? What other black commentator in the political space had all those had sitting Congress people like Cory Bush on the show? Who? Name somebody. See, I'm just trying to let people know, man. I'm letting you know what's up. All right. Oh man, this is not what I want to do. We want to go to the show. Come on, Tim Black. Go to a clip. Let's run a clip, y'all. Let's run a clip. You ain't gonna co-opt me. We gonna do the damn thing. Okay, so this is what happened, y'all. It's Friday. I'm watching this. I'm trying to get into this. They talking about CNN clip, guys. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the one about the cuts. Yeah, this is about the cuts. Let's talk about the cuts, y'all. Let's talk about the cold cuts that Donald Trump is going to be making to the budget, supposedly. Let's talk about that. Here goes the CNN clip that got heated.
Woman,
Hold on.
that TikTok trend,
Okay.
I don't even know where to begin. I'm not sure why this is necessary. I mean, there is like serious stuff happening in this country, but that seems to be just inviting.
What is going on? Why is this up there? Okay, this thing got stuck. My bad, y'all. Let me get this out of my studio. Something got stuck. Okay, there we go. We good now.
Congresswoman, that TikTok trend, I don't even know where to begin. I'm not sure why this is necessary. I mean, there is like serious stuff happening in this country, but that seems to be just inviting ridicule.
So when you think about TikTok as a trend, we are trying to reach out to different people and different voters. And the woman who produced this is an influencer with 7 million followers. So this is lighthearted, it's fun. And every time you do something creative, you're gonna get criticism, right? But I actually applaud them for trying to do something different. And here's the reality. 7 million followers, whether you think it's cringe or you like it, we're on CNN on a Thursday night and we're talking about it on national TV.
But I guess.
Okay, so check this out, guys. There was this thing they put together. I don't have the actual clip, but it was a bunch of Democrats dancing, doing something at the same time. Damon Johnson, we need the visual. We need the visual. So it was a Democrat. It was a Democrat video. Is it Choose Your Fighter? Yeah, that's it. Choose Your Fighter. I think that's what it is. Okay. Oh, come on, guys. Do we have it? Here we go. Is this it? Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, does it have music? I hope it doesn't. Damn it. Let's try. So here goes the video. And I hope this is the right one. So they coordinated themselves. The Democratic Party is coordinating themselves. They're trying to get into the swing of the internet. As you know, they haven't been here on the planet that long. They're from another planet called Libertudio, Libtardio, right? So on their planet, they don't have memes and funny videos. So they've been having to try to acclimate themselves to the rest of to how the planet works. They're not used to it. So that was hardcore, wasn't it? And And this is what they're doing. They're jumping out. It's like Choose Your Fighter, and they're jumping out. The Democrats are jumping out, and they're public. I don't know what they're doing here. And this is, I think this, Everybody has to go to the bathroom at the same time, and it's a problem because there's only so many toilets available, and the Democrats are the fighters, and they want to signal to the world that they're fighters. They're the group of fighters. So that's what it is. And so that's what they're talking about here. And basically,
my question is, to what?
So basically, Scott Jennings on CNN was roasting the hell out of it. And not just Scott Jennings, a lot of people were roasting it. They thought it was corny. Okay. And this woman from the Congressional Black Caucus is here to tell us, at least we're trying. We're working, we're doing what we want to do. And look, and we're coming out with stuff, and we're working stuff, and we're doing stuff, and we're part of the conversation. And so that's where we are. So that's what they're talking about.
That TikTok trend, I don't even know where to begin. I'm not sure why this is necessary. I mean, there is serious stuff happening in this country, but that seems to be just inviting ridicule.
So when you think about TikTok as a trend, we are trying to reach out to different people and different voters. And the woman who produced this is an influencer with 7 million followers.
It doesn't mean she's got good ideas, though, Johnson. You can be an influencer. You could have a lot of followers. It doesn't mean that you know what the hell you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You could have followers because she took her, because she had an OnlyFans page. I don't know. Doesn't mean anything. It doesn't.
So this is lighthearted, it's fun. And every time you do something creative, you're going to get criticism, right?
That's true.
But I actually applaud them for trying to do something different. And here's the reality. 7 million followers, whether you think it's cringe or you like
You said 7 million twice.
it, we're on CNN on a Thursday night, and we're talking about it on national TV.
But I guess
But that's because that's what she wanted to talk about. It's not because people are like, please talk about this dumb stuff y'all did on TikTok. Please, you got to discuss it. Where'd this great idea come from? Man, they're knocking on our door, man. Hey, us potato chips want to use it in the next Super Bowl ad. You guys are amazing. Wow, they want to make a movie about this phenomena. Nah, it's because the CNN is basically owned by the Democratic Party. They're going to do whatever promotes the Democrats for the most part. They're trying to wake up now because it's becoming deleterious to their bottom line. They got to do something different. So that's what it is, man. Listen, this is, it doesn't mean it was effective.
my question is, to what end? I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, maybe you will get 7 million eyeballs, but what is the point?
I am not accustomed to helping your party do anything.
Yep.
But let me give you some advice. This was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And if you read the comments today, Lord have mercy. Look, scrambling for new social media and communication strategies is not a replacement for fixing what's actually wrong. Your party has a 21% approval rating right now, congressional Democrats.
Well, let's talk
according to
about
the
fixing what's
Quinnipiac.
wrong. Donald Trump is doing nothing for the American
and he has a
people.
50% approval rating.
He's doing
beating you
nothing
by
for the
30
American
points.
people.
And so
He's
my
not
advice,
lowering the cost
my
of
strong
living.
advice
He
would be
tells lies.
fix the policy and leave the gimmicks behind.
Yes,
That's
and
my
let's
advice.
make policy.
Okay,
So
well, let me just
let me
I
finish
just wanna
here.
let the Congresswoman.
It's true, though, man. I mean, people don't want gimmicks. And if something feels gimmicky, it feels contrived. It doesn't feel organic. It's not. Look, you can try whatever you want to try. But if people feel like you're trying to do something just to grab their attention, then it's going to have the opposite effect. And I think that's what he's saying. But of course, I mean, if it killed, the proof is this. Look, Scott Jennings, he has his own opinion. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter if you agree with Scott. It doesn't matter if you agree with this sister here or Abby. It doesn't matter. What matters is, what do the people think? What do the masses think? I'm online all the time, guys. I don't do this and then go do something else. I did not see a viral wave of people going, amazing concept. This is the ish. This is amazing. Look at the Democrats sit back. That didn't happen. So you can say it was successful, but if the people have not, success is what is the byproduct of your action. It will be the reaction of the people. That's how you determine success. If I'm trying to lose 10 pounds, success will show in the way my clothes fit. You don't say I'm successful, just saying it. You gotta, the clothes fitting better. They do a little bit, guys. They do. Seriously. It's all right, man. I kind of cut bread out. You know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy. Stop eating fast food and cut out bread. And, all right, let's keep going. But you get what I'm saying, right? All right.
Yeah,
respond to that
absolutely.
because I think the underlying what Scott is saying is this question of the party itself has a trust issue with its own voters, frankly.
Right.
So what is being done about that?
So as we look at trust issues with the Democratic Party, there are a lot of things happening. Remember, the Democratic Party is a very large tent with diverse people. We have people saying, do something. We have some people saying, you've gone too far. We have to stay focused on what is important right now to the American people. President Trump promised to lower the cost of living. He has done none of that. And the Trump administration and Elon Musk are demonstrating one thing.
Hey, Trump been in office for not even 2 months yet. Like the desperation of the Democratic Party, I get it. You got to take a hit at them. You cannot and when this is a competition, guys. So I get that part, but I mean, come on, man. Like no one's going, hey, man, you had 2 months. What's up? I mean, that's ridiculous. Like things take more than 2 months. You know, it takes more than 2 months. But yeah, he has a job to do. He has a job to do. Now, in 6 months, it'll be a totally different thing. But to actually pretend that after 2 months, hey, you ain't fixed the economy yet. Like, it's like, yeah. He's going to be president for 4 years.
With all these random cuts. They don't care if you get sick. They don't care if you get injured. They don't care if you can't pay your bills. And they don't care if you're safe. All these random cuts they're making in all these departments that they don't even hardly know very well are hurting the American people. How is putting veterans out of work lowering the cost of living? How is taking away food from children lowering the cost of living? How is kicking women off of health care who get Medicaid lowering the cost of living? So I know that these things are distractions that we're talking about, but why won't Donald Trump deliver on his promises? Because he lies. That's why. They're doing nothing to support the American people.
Why would or should the American people trust Democrats to lower the cost of living after the last 4 years?
We have created more jobs.
No, cost of living. You brought it up. You said Trump's not delivering. I just want to know why we should trust Democrats who skyrocketed inflation. Why would I trust you?
I don't think it's
why would I trust you?
I don't think it's about.
Yeah.
She's not going to answer that question. No one's going to answer that question because it's an unanswerable question. Like, okay, so that was sort of my point. So let me get this right. You had the economy for 4 years. Trump gets it for 2 months. You go, he failed. You had it for 4 years and didn't fix it. He gets it for 2 months. You go, he's a failure. He sucks. Where was the criticism? Of course, there's no criticism for your own party. And that's the whole point, guys. That's the whole point.
You all won.
Yeah.
So now fix it. You said you were going to fix it.
We're doing it for 40 days.
Okay, right. And
But you try to take a victory lap for
Yeah.
the CHIPS and Science Act, for all these investments coming into the United States. So you're going to take credit or not. Donald Trump is a president. He promised a lower cost of living. He is cutting jobs across the board from civil servants who have to support their
You
families.
believe in government jobs. You want more government jobs.
No, actually, I want jobs that actually help people. Do you know what civil servants do? They keep our air clean. They keep our water clean. They keep our food safe.
Yo. Now we get into very bad territory because our food ain't clean. Our food is not clean. Our water is not safe. Our air is not clean. So now you get into bad territory now because we start holding them accountable. What's up with all the environmental racism that we deal with? What's up with all the toxic air and water and food that we deal with? See, you're stepping into it because it's not great. It's not great. So when we start looking on balance on what's happening with our standard of living here in America, guys, we realize real quick, when you start looking, we ain't number one in anything except incarceration rates. That's what America's number one in. So I don't know what she's talking about. We got the biggest bloated government in the Western world, and we don't have the best outcomes. It's just like everything else, folks. These people that keep saying we don't need government cuts, who keep pointing at there's going to be people that lose their jobs. Folks, they're not pointing at the fact we got the biggest government, that our government just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and our outcomes don't get better. It's just like with our healthcare. We pay the most for healthcare, but we don't get the best outcomes when it comes to healthcare. Okay, so it's only fair for Americans to be like, yo, get rid of some of these people that ain't working, lower the cost of this shit, and do a better job at it. Like if you work at a company and the company's losing money and things are not working out and you're lagging behind your competition, you best believe your boss would be like, yo, we're gonna have to make some changes. But not the US government. It just gets bigger and more constrained, more bureaucratic, more red tape, more hoops to jump through. People get more money to go in their pockets at the top, and nothing gets better. What's better about it? So that's the problem that Democrats have. And by and large, guys, Americans favor cutting expenses because Americans have had to cut expenses in their own lives repeatedly. And this is something else I wanted to go to before they make another point. Because I've been hearing all the fear-mongering that's going on about the budget cuts. Okay, it's true. I talked about it yesterday before the record, in case you missed the show yesterday. Trump endorsed the House Republican budget resolution February 25th. He endorsed it. It passed. The resolution includes a framework to cut $2 trillion from federal programs over the next decade to offset $4.5 trillion in defense, tax cuts, and border security. $2 trillion over the next decade. Democrats have taken that, ran with it, and said he cutting Social Security, he cutting Medicaid, he cutting Medicare, he cutting Meals on Wheels, he cutting cancer research, he cutting this, and it doesn't say that. That's not what the proposal said. It wasn't specific about where the cuts go or where they come from exactly. It's a proposal. It has not been implemented. And when it becomes implemented, if it becomes implemented, I will update you. This is my main problem about this. And I want this simple so everybody gets this, guys. Check this out. Let's say you got a family budget. And this is how bad the Democrats are. And this is how they don't respect your intelligence. Say you got a family budget and say you need $5,000 a month to cover everything in your family. Okay? $5,000. Okay? That's the bottom line. $5,000 a month is what your family pays out every month. Now let's just say let's say we cut that. Let's say we cut it by a fifth. Let's say, because to make it easier, let's say we turn we take that 5,000 and we make it 4,000. Now, instead of $5,000 to work with, you need to continue your life. Your household needs to run, but now you're going to have $4,000. That's a cut of 20%, a 20% cut. Right? Democrats, this is the way they project this, folks. In Democrat world, they're saying, instead of going, hey, let's cut some of the extra channels we have on the streaming services. Let's cut Hulu. You don't even watch Hulu. Paradise is over. We just saw the last episodes of the first season. So that's going away and nothing else on there we want to see. So let's cut that and save that. Then let's cut, hey, do you really need to get the expensive peanut butter? Let's cut that. Let's not eat out. Instead of eating out every weekend, let's eat out twice a month instead of 4 times a month. And let's see, we're saving $200. What's up with the dry cleaning? Can we do some hand washing? Can we do some woolite in the sink? Or can we wash something at home? Do we have to do that? Do we have to do that? Do we have to do the dry cleaning that we've been doing? Can we wash the car? Jerry, can you wash the car instead of me taking it to get it detailed? How about we get the son to do it because the son ain't doing much. He got time. He's 15. He could detail the car. There we go. We just saved another couple $100. Okay? So we're going to get him to detail both the cars for us. Sure, Dad, I'll step up. I'll do it. See what I'm saying? Hey, baby, instead of getting your hair done, every 2 weeks, how about you do once a month instead? And I'll cut my own hair. I've been cutting my own hair. How about I cut my own hair? Okay, so there we go. That's the plan. And it works out. Okay, so all of a sudden, the budget of $5,000 goes to $4,000. And you did it. You came up with a plan. And you're able to stay indoors because your mortgage or your rent or whatever, the cost of living for you to keep your house, to keep roof overhead, is $2,000. Okay? So you are still indoors. You made the cuts. Okay? Democrats are operating like this, folks. This is the Democrat messaging. This is their word. This is how they see it. Oh, man. We got $5,000. You need $5,000. What we got to do with $4,000? Oh, God, what we going to do? I have no idea. That's it. Let's sell your sister. Yeah, take your sister, put her on Backpage. They still got Backpage. Let's sell her to somebody. Because there ain't no way we could do this. We got to get $5,000. We got to sell your sister. Got to get rid of one of the kids. Let's eat the dog. Yeah, let's eat the dog. That's what we got to do. See, Trump is making us eat our dogs and sell our kids. That's the Democrats. That's the messaging. That's it. You have it, folks. This is the battle. This is the narratives that are being spun. Yeah, the family doesn't have to start cooking the dog. They don't have to sell their daughters or their sons into slavery. They could cut other stuff that is not mandatory, that is not necessary. You don't have to cut the cancer research. You can cut the salaries. You can cut the administrative costs. You can cut the travel. You can cut that big convention you have every year that you spend $300,000 on. You can cut that. You can cut the Christmas party. You can cut the free little snack cakes. Well, I like those. Let's keep those. Them little fruit bars, they're bad for you, but they taste good. They're good in the morning if you don't have breakfast. Keep those. People can bring their own coffee. We don't need to cater everything. We don't need to stay in the most expensive hotels when we travel. And who says you get to fly business first class every time you travel? And that's for all of y'all. But see, that requires thinking. The Democratic Party and the corporate media has been gaslighting the hell out of Americans. These challenges, these budget changes do not have to mean that now we don't care about the kids when the kids die. We could cut the big ass salaries. Department of Education, Dr. Musa, we're on the show talking about those superintendents, those administrators making over $300,000 a year. And the students in those districts, their education's not better. They're not even doing anything for that money except taking a cut of the pie and then passing the rest on to you and saying, there you go, state, have at it. We have school superintendents making more money than Congress people. And I know that's kind of like, forget the Congress people, but I'm just saying. The messaging, what the Democratic Party doing is they're manipulating the conversation. And what's sad about it is we don't have people on TV to come out and just tell you basically like I just said it. They can't come out and explain, hey, hold on a second, cut the shit, cut the cap. No one's saying, that little Angela now can't wear clothes. Just maybe not Prada. Okay, maybe you don't need, all of this crap that you have. And maybe all of the bloated excess, the fraud, waste, and abuse, maybe it's time to end it because it just keeps getting bigger. The rule is, I'm in D.C. I've been a federal contractor almost my entire career before I started doing this. I've been doing this 10 years. For almost 20 years, I worked in contracting. Here's the rule. You guys don't know this. Here's the rule. Every year, whatever you bid to spend, you have to spend all of it, or you will face budget cuts. If you spend it all, next time you get more. They increase the budget. The rule is always spend every dollar you get. That way you have the argument to increase the budget. If you don't, you will take a budget cut. That's how the Fed works. That's how this whole ball of wax works. So based on that, what happens is every year they increase the budgets. Every year they increase the budget. Whether they needed to increase it, what, did it become more expensive to do research on the bird flu? No, but they increase the budget. Why? Because that's what you do. Because we print our own money. And why not? It's magic. It comes out of your taxes. Why not? Why not? It's free to them. That's how they look at it. That's how the system operates. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah. You don't have to sell your kids or eat your dogs to pay these bills. This is an extreme. They use an extreme. It's gaslighting. And it's unfair to Americans who are stressed out enough, who don't need to hear this type of hyperbole, this type of exaggeration in order to scare the hell out of Democrats or out of Democratic voters, just to keep themselves relevant, to give them something to fight against. Because really, they have nothing else to do. Do you understand the Democrats are out of power? They could just go sit in the corner and smoke weed. That's what they could go do. Wait till they stop playing the fast music. You had no dancing partner, Democrats. You showed up with no one to dance with. No one wants to dance with you. You might as well go sit in the corner, go sit in the car and smoke some weed while the rest of us dance with our partners that we came with. That's where the Democrats are. The only relevancy they have is to say they're fighting something. How are you going to fight if you ain't in a fight? You can't stop anything Trump does. I don't understand what you're fighting. So all they're doing is scaring people, trying to get donations out of them, putting the fear in their hearts to get a news cycle, to get on MSNBC, to get on CNN. Like she said, look at us. We're talking about it on CNN. Let's keep going. I think she's almost done.
They take taxpayer money to
You know
fund
what?
the whole thing.
Let me
They also pay taxes.
Yes.
Wait, you're saying they take
It takes taxpayer money to fund it.
It
Hello?
does.
but they're employed by
This
the
is the
government.
Democratic
And they're doing
plan.
a
They are
job.
More
employed.
government
They're doing a
jobs.
job for the American
Let's
people, and they're not
you
getting
could say
rich
that-
off of it.
Go ahead,
Let's not forget, yes, Donald Trump and the Republicans won,
Yeah.
but the Democrats severely lost. And you're digging your hole deeper,
But you're saying
especially in a
severely?
week. Excuse me. Especially in a week after the debacle of what happened during the president's speech, the embarrassment. I don't know who's creating this strategy, but believe me, no one is getting on board. The Democrats have lost. I would argue the Democrats are far more exclusionary. If you don't agree with them, you're canceled. If you say something inappropriate, you're out. And there's never a coming back in. The Democrats have told the American people, you agree with us, or we
Sununu just throwing everything against the wall, and that's kind of off topic. I never was a fan of Sununu. But it is what it is. Now they're going to Speaker Johnson, which is Speaker Johnson and Al Green's thing. Let's see if they actually do that.
Giving them a run for their money these days.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Oh, good. We got to the end of it. All right, guys, let me know what you think about this segment, man. Look, man, it's not rocket science what's happening here. I just want people to understand it. And unfortunately, when they explain it, when they talk about it, they're not making it simple and plain. And that's all we want to do. We want to cut through the nonsense, cut the cap, and get down to it. The sky's not falling, and the rumors of my death have been grossly exaggerated. The rumors of your death have been grossly exaggerated. You're still here. You ain't dead. You ain't gone nowhere yet. Any day above ground is a good day. It's an optimistic day. There is hope, and we need to fight for that, okay? Well, in order to fight for it, we need to be built for it. So I got a new t-shirt called Built for This, and that's what I'm promoting. I'm promoting Built for This. We got to be built for this moment. Not to go back in and hide under the ankles of the Democratic Party, but to stand up. to stand up and let's make some decisions on our own. All right. Next. Give it up for that segment, guys. Give it up for that segment. Yeah. I know, man. It's Friday, Johnson. I wanted to loosen up, man. They gave me the thing. I had to say stuff. I had to say all the things. Okay. Next up. So we already talking about the Medicare cuts, right? We're talking about the Medicare cuts. We covered this on the show. We covered Representative Al Green. He got tossed out of the Trump State of the Union address. He sounded off, and look, they took him out. Okay, they took him out of the address, and these are, you know, what's the point? Okay, here he is talking about it. Let's talk about why Representative Green did the protest, and let's go around. Let's hear what the ladies of The View have to say about it. Hang with me.
Sir, what were you shouting to the president?
The president said he had a mandate. And I was making it clear to the president that he has no mandate to cut Medicaid. I have people who are very fearful. These are poor people, and they have only Medicaid in their lives when it comes to their health care. And I want him to know that his budget calls for deep cuts in Medicaid. He needs to save Medicaid, protect it. We need to raise the cap on Social Security. There's a possibility that it's going to be hurt, and we've got to protect Medicare. These are the safety net programs that people in my congressional district depend on. And I wanted him to know that he didn't have a mandate to cut Medicaid. I did this because Medicaid is the only insurance many people have in this country. I am blessed. As I stand here now, there's a physician waiting. If something should happen, I will be taken to that physician. I have the best health care in the world. There are other people who have less than I. I would have them have what I have. But I surely will not stand by and see them lose what little they do have. Medicaid is for people who don't have the kind of health care that 435 members of Congress and 100 members of the Senate have. But they do.
So on Tuesday, Texas Congressman Al Green was booted from the chamber for protesting Trump's joint address to Congress. Watch.
We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
So, after there were calls for the House to censure him over this, he made his case the next day.
Like this, I want us to have proper decorum. I want us to maintain really the great tradition of this institution, and these things do damage to it, and I'm sorry that it happened.
What about an insurrection? Does that do damage to the institution? So yesterday, the House voted to censure Green, which inspired this show of unity from some Democrats. Watch this.
Representative Al Green be censured with public reading of this resolution by the Speaker.
I want y'all to know I'm holding back. I'm trying to let this play. I'm holding back big time, Johnson. I got so much to say.
Oh, you like that, huh? It's touching, but it didn't unite them all because 10 Democrats voted to censure Green.
Wow. Do you want a list of the 10?
Do you want to hear their names?
Yes, I do.
Why go after them, too? Go after the Republicans.
Because they don't know how to fight and be part of an opposition party. Representative Green gave them the example. The Democrats are not meeting the moment. It is very clear that Medicaid is on the table. It is very clear that Social Security is on the table. It is very clear that people will die. The baby boomers, the civil rights generation, they knew what they had to do. They were willing to fight and die for their rights. This generation of Congress, they are not meeting the moment. This is an existential crisis.
And also, I might point out, some of them are from the most liberal states like New York, Hawaii, California.
They should be ashamed of themselves.
Okay,
They should
I
have
won't
all
say it.
walked out with him.
And three are from districts.
Here's a question. Where was all this talk about decorum from Republicans when Marjorie Taylor Greene was screaming at Biden? Okay. All right, now, you want to hear where they are? I'm going to read them. Amy Berra, Ed Case, Jim Costa, Lauren Gillen, Jim Himes. I would never have thought that. Chrissy Houlihan, Marcy Kaptur.
Notice how she got off that topic about notice how she got off the topic about Joe Biden, because you know Nancy Pelosi was sitting back there. She could have did the same thing that Thompson did. She didn't. See, I'm sorry, I just had to throw that in there. Yeah, they could have thrown her out. The Democrats chose not to throw her out. You try to act like it's up to the Republicans. Now, it was up to the Democrats to throw them out. If they wanted to throw them out, they didn't. Ta-da.
Jared Moskowitz. What?
Yeah.
Marie Glusenkamp Perez from.
We only lost by X million of votes. That is not the winning message you guys think that it is.
He doesn't have a mandate.
But also,
About Green, not make a lot of people who saw the outburst differently, including Democrats, which was if you're going to protest and be an opposition party, do it with intentionality and make sure it works. Holding up signs, it's protesting like, are they being advised by people who use like Windows 98? It's the most outdated, inconsistent.
Green,
but to his point, I get his point on Medicaid, but this mandate point, if Democrats are going to keep arguing, we only lost by X million of votes, that is not the winning message you guys think that it is.
He doesn't have a mandate.
Can I just tell you what Slotty said, why he voted?
How many votes do you need win by to have a...
Hey, folks, the thing, what's funny is Democrats are so goofy. Republicans are goofy too, but I'm talking about Democrats right now. Democrats are so goofy. You know what? I think I've lived my entire life as a black man. And you know what? I can't remember ever hearing regular people like at the barber shop or at the basketball court or at the supermarket, random conversation talking about mandate. like what is this shit you're talking about? He doesn't have a mandate. Like you lost. He won, you lost. No one talks. Regular people don't even look at what are you even talking about? He doesn't have a mandate. Yeah, Derek Chauvin didn't have a mandate, but he damn sure had a badge and a gun and a walkie-talkie to call more cops. He had a position and he used it to kill someone. Okay, the cops say beat the life out of Tyree Nichols. Didn't have a mandate, but it sure did use it when he drone attacked American citizens on foreign soil without a trial. He didn't have a mandate, but he sure did have a button to push. So this whole idea that, he doesn't have a mandate, these are words that average people don't even use. But the Democrats are so much in a bubble that they think they're winning, even when they're using language that no one uses, that no one respects, that no one gives a damn about. Same thing happened with the young boy that was at the speech that they wouldn't clap for. Well, Donald Trump was cutting things that may hurt cancer research. Therefore, that means he don't care. People saw a young black kid with cancer get an award and you not clap. That's it. That's what they saw. You suck. That's what they saw. You don't have time to go back. But see, you got to understand. Look, when we said that, we really meant this and this thing here, and then on the screen we got this going on, and this thing's happening here. You got to understand here, and underneath the perpendicular line of the connective tissue of the fasciculocutalicles, and it's the neck bones connected to the thigh bone and the leg bone and the hip bone and the cardiovascular. No one cares. Democrats are a bunch of elitists, out of touch, don't know what time it is, all up in the mustard trying to catch up, talking about things that regular people just do not. They care about optics. How did it look? How did it feel? What does it do? What's the bottom line? How does it impact my life? That's what Democrats need to ask themselves repeatedly. How does it feel? Does it make me feel good or bad? How does it look? Does this look good? Does this feel like a win? Will it impact my life? How does this does this help my family? Does it not? If it doesn't, the bucket of don't care. That's the Democrats need to have this very basic way of moving throughout politics. But instead, they rely on politic and try to win. They think they're winning. They think they're winning because they're winning within themselves in their own group. Their group think on concepts and words that the rest of the people are not listening. You know, hey man, if we're cutting hearts, if we're cutting diamonds, we're playing spades and we're cutting diamonds, and I got a handful of spades, you lose, sucker. You're like, but I got the best diamond. I got a diamond. I ace of diamonds. Yeah, but I'm cutting with this 3, fool. All I got in my head. Trump got a handful of spades, and you got a bunch of face cards, diamonds and heart face cards. It ain't, so this is where we're at, and this is what the Democrats don't get. Let them keep going, because I still have more.
This is Swazi's, he's a New York guy, by the way. Yeah. Both parties must hold themselves to the same standards we expect from the other side. See, they're going to a gunfight with a knife, as they say.
But therein lies the problem, you see. Yeah. Look, I like civility in Congress. And I think that when you are in Congress, we are not at a WWE wrestling match. This is not the House of Commons. This is the U.S. Capitol. The problem is that this is not happening in a vacuum. We all remember when Joe Wilson, the Republican congressman, stood up against Barack Obama giving a State of the Union and called him a liar.
Said you lied.
We saw Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, the congressional hearings lately have devolved into shouting matches that are shameful. And frankly, like you, I have a really hard time being lectured by Republicans who are trying to whitewash and rewrite history, because if you didn't stand up against Donald Trump's pardon of 1,500 insurrectionists who have violated
every conversation. They got nothing to say. They suck. They got nothing to say. Folks, here's the deal, man. And a lot of people have been talking about this Al Green thing. Then we just put it on. Then we try to, let me say it like this, man. Look, here's the deal. There are people giving this guy credit for what he did, and I think it's pointless. I think what he did was pointless. I think the outcome is not good. How can I say this? If what you're trying to do does not get you any closer to what you were trying to achieve, then what good was it? There are people that are saying, oh, this is what the Democrats need to do. They need to know, they need to show that they're fighting back. No, that's not what people want from you. People wanted you, when you were in power, to fight. Yeah, we wanted you to fight when you were the Democratic Party, when you had the White House. When you had the White House, why weren't you fighting for Medicare or universal health care, Representative Al Green? Yeah, where was all the fight when you had the ball? The Democrats are famously for theatrics. That's all Jasmine Crockett does. That's what Maxine Warner does. That's what this View thing is about. Sonny's talking about. There's a lot of people that love theatrics. They love giving a good speech. They love going in the rotunda. Everybody had on their kente cloth. Let's take a moment for George Floyd. Let's at the end of the day, nothing changes. When they had power, what'd you do with it? Did Al Green and the rest of the Democrats hold Biden accountable? Did they hold him accountable when they had it? When they had the White House? When Obama had the White House? What did Democrats do? They come up with excuses. They come up with excuses for not getting done what we wanted them to get done. When you had an opportunity, when you had the House and the Senate, what'd you do? And we got to wait till Ruth Bader Ginsburg. We got to just keep her in there. Then you lose the seats. Then you lose that. Then you lose the Supreme Court. Then you lose everything. Obama basically gives us a Republican Heritage Plan healthcare bill and puts his name on it. Was Al Green and the rest of these cackling jackasses, were they saying, no, Obama, Give us a bill that's going to give us universal health care. Cover everybody with a great plan. That's covered. Universal coverage, like they got in Sweden, like they got in Australia, like they have in Israel. No, you didn't. So it's all performative. It's all for show. Because when they have the power, they don't do. Here's my motto with the Democrats, and you can take this to the bank. The Democrats will never go as far as they could go and never do as much as they should do at any point in time. They'll never go far enough on anything you want them to do. They'll never do as much as they had the power to do. What did Biden do? Oh, I really want to do this thing, but I can't because evil Joe Manchin's over there. We can't do it. What can we do? We got Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema mucking up the works. But we all need to be civil and work together. Was Al Green on the floor getting thrown out of Congress, fighting back? No. See, I lost respect for a lot of Democrats because I see through them now, totally now. It took years for me to get to this point where I truly see what people are made of. They're not made of anything. All they're about is getting their money and going home and doing well for themselves. And every once in a while, they'll pick a talking point that makes sense, that makes them look good, and they'll ride it for a while. So right now, what's going on, we got a whole group of Democrats keeping relevancy by saying, Democrats need to fight back. And Al Green had the right idea, totally omitting, removing from the record the fact that the Democrats were not doing this when they were in power. The only time the Democrats show their ass is when they have no power to get anything done. That's the only time they get heart. They get heart when there's nothing to do. It's like you ever had that guy? I know we had that guy, the little guy who talked a lot of shit, who always wanted to pick fights with people bigger than him. And then when he was about to get his ass kicked, he wants you to hold him back and to break it up and to save him. That's the Democrats. It gets rowdy, like, oh, what are you talking to me? You talking to me? What's up, man? What's up? Grab me. What's up? Man, you need to grab me, man. Grab me tighter. Pull me back. What's up? What's up? It's all for show. It's all for show. And the big guy, all he has to do is say, okay, you know what? Let's go outside, me and you. Nobody jump in it. We're going to have this one-on-one. Me and you. And all of a sudden, little guy, he don't want to fight no more. Because he never wanted to fight. He just wanted to make it look like he could. He just wanted to make it look like he would. He just wanted to impress that girl over there, that cute girl over there that's watching. He just wanted the bragging rights. That is the Democratic Party. Shame on the Democratic Party. Shame on those people pulling the wool over people's eyes. Shame on The View for being horrible, being The View. Representative Al Green is full of shit. And so are all the people that are saying, you go, Al. Because those same people, they weren't saying it, and Al wasn't saying it back when it mattered. When Al could have been saying it to Biden and Kamala. And when they had the House and the Senate for that brief moment in time, Trump now has the House and the Senate. See what people do when they want to do something? We have the Democrats. Look, all you Democrat voters, I got a few of y'all, man. Bless your heart, man. Give it up for the people that are in my Patreon who are still Democrats, and somehow they're able to listen to me without leaving. Give it up for them. I got some great people, man, because I don't make it easy because I hammer the shit out of the Democratic Party. But you guys hang in there with me. Now, I've had some people turn tail and run because they can't take the heat. But here's the deal, guys. The Democratic Party is demonstrating, they're showing you what they value. And what they value is the theatrics. And it's people see through it. It's not working anymore. It can't work forever. Donald Trump is showing you what a president can do if a president wants to do shit. You think Donald Trump is the first president that got taken to court? The people say what he's doing is unconstitutional. See, when you just watch MSNBC and CNN, you get fooled. You think, oh, Trump's doing these things, it's crazy. Obama got taken to court. There were things Obama wanted to do. He was like, I'll take me to court then. He did the same thing. Obama signed more executive orders than Trump. Just someone covered it like he was destroying the country when he did it. That's all. Like, it's laughable what's happening right now. And we got people that go with it because that's their brand. They don't know anything else to do. They don't have the guts to rebuild their audiences. So they're going to continue to act like this is crazy. Like what Trump's doing is crazy, but it exposes the Democrats. Look, the Democrats need their own Donald Trump. And when I say Donald Trump, they don't need him to be coming up with zingers and calling people incompetent and horrible and less talented, and they don't need to do the roasting and all that stuff, and they don't need to do all of that. That's not necessary. But what I mean by that is they need someone who wants to get things done the way they see it, that have a vision and are willing to carry it out and implement it. That's it. And the vision that they have cannot be to globalize the world and bring everybody to the country from the corners of the earth for cheap labor and displace Black Americans. Because that's what you had with Biden. You had a guy who wanted to bring the entire world here and displace all the Blacks and put us out on our ass. That's what they wanted to do. Why else would you bring in 10 million people, 10, 15, 20 million people? What else? What else? I mean, if you had a house and you got people living in it and you bring in 20 people, your wife would look at you like, you trying to get rid of me? Not the Democrats. Not them. It's like, no, you can't say that, Tim. You're just drinking Kool-Aid. No, it just makes sense. It just makes sense. Sounds like you're moving in a new family here, Bill. At least divorce me first before you bring in your new family, Bill. Shout out to Mrs. Black. I know she's watching that. Tim is crazy. Listen to what I'm saying, folks. Listen to what I'm saying. So the worst thing that's happening now, and I say it, the Democrats messed up. They should have let Trump do his 2 terms and be out. Now they're going to be destroyed. The Democratic Party will be destroyed. And the reason is you gave Trump an extra 4 years to plan his shit. Revenge is a dish best served cold. And thanks to you, you let it get frozen. It's below freezing. This dish is not only cold, it's cryogenically sealed. Not unlike Han Solo in not Return of the Jedi, but the other one. Remember when they sealed Han Solo in the thing? I was like, damn, that was my dog, man. Put Harrison Ford in the chamber thing and they froze him and he's like, ugh. That's the vengeance of Donald Trump. And then for 4 years, he got to sit back up every night watching you guys and plot and plan and work and strategize and work. And now he's back. And now the Democratic Party can be totally destroyed. I don't know what these Democrats are going to do with themselves. He don't have a mandate, but what he does have more Black votes than any other president in the last 40 years. He grew in Latino vote and young vote, all at the same time. What was it, 83 counties he picked up, or some crazy number? He won every swing state. I mean, I don't know. I mean, these people, I don't know what, it's like Trump is playing football and you're playing soccer. It's the same thing, but it's different, you know? So I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section, man. Al Green, if you cared about healthcare, you should have cared about it when you had power. And folks, it's like a person saying, hey, man, I was gonna do something really great for you. I was gonna help you move your car. I was gonna help you move, man. I was gonna help you move your house. You told me you were moving, Tim. Why didn't you call me and tell me you were gonna move? I'd have been there to help. Yeah, it's always that guy. It's always those people that say they would have helped you if they would have only known. But you called them and it went to voicemail. And you text them and they ghosted you. And now when they see you, they're like, well, why didn't you let us know? We would have been glad to help. But you couldn't reach me. That's the Democrats. And all I'm hoping is that my people wake up and see that these people don't mean you no good. They saw your phone come in. They saw your calls come in and just avoided them. They knew they had it marked on the calendar. You sent them an invite. They knew you were moving that day. It was on the calendar. They just didn't want to do it. It's not rocket science. Biden didn't get shit done because he didn't want to. Not because of Kirsten Sinema, not because of Joe Manchin. Go to presidentialimpact.com, pick up my free ebook that explains all the ways in history that U.S. presidents have gotten things done without Congress. Then go back and look at Biden's presidency with clear eyes, like I've had to. It's free. It won't cost you a dime. It's a free ebook, and it shows you through history, presidents have gotten things done. They didn't wait on Congress. They didn't use that as an excuse. They got things done because they wanted to. The Democrats get to lie, and it's only works because we have black sellouts who allow it to work. The lie is when the Democrats can't get things done, it's because the Republicans are racist. It doesn't mean that some Republicans aren't racist. What I'm telling you is that's not why they can't get things done. The things they don't get done most of the times because they never intended to get them done in the first place. And they have a bunch of black faces in high spaces to tell you otherwise, to lie to you. And that has to change, Black America. That has to change. I am their worst enemy. I'm a black person. I'm a black man who ain't trying to get in their clubs, who ain't trying to get on CNN, who don't want to be their friends, who don't want to go to their parties. I'm just growing what I'm doing, and I'm just telling the truth. They don't like it. They used to be my friends. They used to be cool. They used to be my homie. Now they don't know me because I'm telling the truth. All right, guys, let's go to next. Yeah, Johnson. Feels good, don't it? You know I'm right in your heart of hearts. You know I'm right. Yeah. I got a point, don't I? Oh, shit. That works. That works. So, Anna Navarro. Jesus Christ. Okay, so guys, next story, guys. Here goes another story. Hit the like button if you like that segment. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like button. So, folks, this is crazy what's happening. Apparently there was an argument between Marco Rubio and Elon Musk, right? And this is crazy. Let's see. There's some people talking about it. Hold tight.
New York Times today on a confrontation of sorts inside the White House between Elon Musk and several members of Donald Trump's new cabinet, with Donald Trump sort of reduced to the role of spectator. The Times cites 5 people with knowledge of the confrontation, reports this about an argument between Elon Musk and Marco Rubio. Quote, "You fired nobody," Musk told Rubio, then scornfully added that perhaps the only person he had fired was a staff member from his Department of Government Efficiency. Rubio had been privately furious with Musk for weeks, ever since his Doge team effectively shuttered an entire agency that was supposedly under Rubio's control, the United States Agency for International Development. Musk was not being truthful, Rubio said. What about the more than 1,500 State Department officials who took early retirement in buyouts? Didn't they count as layoffs, he asked sarcastically, whether Musk wanted him to rehire all those people just so he can make a show of firing them again. Then he laid out his detailed plans for reorganizing the State Department. Musk was unimpressed. He told Rubio he was, quote, good on TV, with the clear subtext being he wasn't good for much else. Where was Donald Trump in all this? The Times reports that he sat back as if he was watching a tennis match. Ultimately, he, quote, intervened to defend, wait for it, Rubio. Said he was doing a great job. Rubio has a lot to deal with, the president said. He's very busy. He's always traveling and on TV. and he has an agency to run. So everyone just needs to work together, end quote. And then for the first time since his inauguration, Trump put some restraints on Elon Musk. From this reporting, quote, from now on, he said, the secretaries would be in charge. The Musk team will only advise. Joining our coverage, host of MSNBC's Politics Nation, president of the National...
Wow, Johnson. Wow, 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 wow. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? I mean, wow. Hold your thought, hold your thought. Let's go to Donald Trump. So they asked Donald Trump about this, and this was funny because it appears that Trump
spoke about it yesterday. Some details have come out about your cabinet meeting with Elon Musk and some clashes potentially between Secretary Rubio and Secretary Duff.
No clash. I was there. You're just a troublemaker. And you're not supposed to be asking that question because we're talking about the World Cup. Elon gets along great with Marco, and they're both doing a fantastic job. There is no clash.
Mr. President, bottom line.
Who are you with? Who are you with?
NBC.
Oh, no wonder. That's enough. NBC.
Who has more authority, Elon Musk or your cabinet secretaries?
Any other questions?
Sir, just on the cabinet meeting, you said Musk will play an advisory role, Doge will play...
We're talking about FIFA. Thank you very
About
much.
the World Cup, Mr. President, you're having...
And they're both great guys. And by the way, they both get along fantastically well. Marco has done unbelievably as Secretary of State, and Elon is a very unique guy who's done a fantastic job.
Do you think he needs to be reined in, Mr.
Enough.
President?
Enough.
So Trump didn't want to talk about it at all, Johnson. He definitely shut that down. Not a conversation he wants to have. Yeah, I guess that's, let's hear what
Al Sharpton joins us. Christy and Michael are still here.
Come on, Al.
I have been watching the Bannon-Musk power struggle with keen interest since it first emerged during the campaign. And I think I said on television, do not ever bet against the guy who was willing to go to jail to not...
And I got a hard time watching this lady, man. This is the one, Nicole Wallace. She's the one who made the comments about the young cancer survivor, the young boy, the cancer survivor that, it's nice he wants to be a cop, but only, hopefully he doesn't, himself like the other cops and from January 6th, because of Trump and Trump's, and just horrible stuff, man. I mean, this is it. She still got a job. She's still here talking. Come on, Al. I never wanted to hear Al speak more than right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to hear from her again.
testify before Congress, and the guy who sort of in I don't know if his life, I don't know enough about his life, but who seems to understand the base and the most powerful elements of the Trump base better than anybody in Trump land, and that is Steve Bannon. And I don't have any idea if Bannon has any role in all this, but it does seem like Musk has stumbled, not by taking more attention from Trump, which is what Musk is doing.
I think that Musk could get away with a lot, but he cannot in any way endanger his popularity. When he starts seeing polls coming down based on things that Musk got him to do or that Musk did in his name, that gets his attention. You got to remember, a narcissist is about him. And when you are doing things that...
So now you're a narcissist if you don't want some guy making your numbers tank? Like, Sharpton's such a piece of garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like Obama would ever... Let's be honest, guys. Do you think Obama would have allowed anyone to make him look bad and stay around? But is that narcissism? Or is that just like you're a president? You're like, hey, this guy's making me stinking up the place. He's making bad calls or borderline calls, and I don't need this in my life. But Al's calling it narcissism because the president doesn't want somebody else making the numbers go the wrong direction. I mean, this passes as informed political insight. Al Sharpton is not an informed political insider. He's a snitch for the FBI. He's a clone, and he's an operative for the Democratic Party. He's part of the misleadership class that lies to black people and uses that to put money in his pocket. That's what Al Sharpton is. And if you're thinking anything else about him, you missed the boat.
in any way injures or besmirches the image of the narcissist, he's got to react. All the logic in the world doesn't matter. Everything else.
I think it's very logical. I thought we were going to get something out of Al. He's got nothing to say. The Trump derangement syndrome won't allow people to say basic shit. Okay, here's the deal. I think this is good. I've been calling this. I've said this before. At some point, Elon will take a back seat. Trump said 100 days, 180 days was the number that was thrown out, that they were going to make the cuts fast and furious, fast and furious. We're going to go in, we're going to make cuts, we're going to make big, beautiful cuts, we're going to get things trimmed down. Okay, and that's it. It was always a shelf life on the Elon thing. Okay, now with dumbass calls like Elon and Ben Shapiro talking about Derek Chauvin. Derek Chauvin? We just had Trump get more black votes than any other Republican president. Quite a feather in the hat for a guy that they were saying was a Klan member. That's what they were saying. Ends up with more black votes than any other Republican in the last 40 years. And we got Elon wrecking ball. A wrecking ball on the whole thing over his dumbass app, bringing up something stupid like Derek Chauvin, and for no reason at all. Even if he wanted to pardon him, it wouldn't do anything. It's a total non-starter. I'm not even convinced it wasn't retaliatory because of something. Maybe Elon was retaliating against Trump for siding with Rubio. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the rich whites do, but it doesn't make sense. Back to my point, I always saw Elon is having a shelf life. People keep saying, well, Elon's the richest man in the world. Yeah, but he ain't president. He's not the president. And at some point, if it comes down to Trump or Elon, Trump gonna choose Trump. That's not narcissism. I want Black America to be the same way. When it comes down to it, Black people are gonna have to choose between Black America's future or the Democrat Party's future, because both are not aligned. Democratic Party has their own agenda. Black people need to have their own agenda. At some point, we're gonna have to make a decision. And all of the talking heads, all of the chattering classes, all of the elites, all of the black faces put in the high spaces to erase us will have to be excommunicated. Okay? They're gonna have to be thrown out. If not canceled, they're gonna have to be separate. We're gonna have to definitely push them out. To just go ahead and shun them out of the group, of the culture. That's what's going to have to happen. And we're going to have to do that with the Democratic Party as a whole to move forward as a people and accept Democrats are not our party. They're just not. Donald Trump is making his decision about what's important for him, and he should. Anybody rooting against the president is rooting against their own country, because he's the president. You should root. If you want certain policies enacted, if you want certain changes made, fight for those. But don't fight against your president. It's stupid. I mean, you can. It doesn't matter because we won't have the impact. The election's over. But what I'm saying is, Trump is in the driver's seat. Let's see where we're going. I am committed to seeing where it's going and calling it out along the way. Elon Musk is not the president. All the nonsense the Democrats like saying, just because they want him to have something to say. That's it. I don't think Elon Musk likes being told he's not in charge of stuff. I don't think he's used to being told no. Most rich people are not used to the word no. And I can only imagine the richest guy in America, the richest guy in the world is probably not used to hearing the word no a whole lot. Unless he told his girlfriend to say no, because they're doing a role-playing thing or something. Okay, get what I'm saying? So that's what I come up on this. Marco Rubio, And anyone who thinks that the secretaries of these agencies shouldn't be in charge, I actually know what planet you're on. They should be in charge of their own agencies. Elon can make recommendations, but at the end of the day, it should be up to those secretaries. And as long as they ultimately report to Trump, all is good. So I don't have a problem. I'm not upset. I'm not whatever about what happened with Trump or what happened with Elon and Rubio. I think Rubio is running the State Department. There it is. Elon's getting all this ink and all this coverage, and it's probably addictive to him. But you're not president, and you're not running the country. And that it is the way it is. And stay in your lane, make recommendations with you and your friends, and that's it. That's how it works. Let me know what you think in the comment section, folks. I'd like to hear your input on this. Remember, you can always comment. Okay, so if you go to asktimblack.com, go to asktimblack.com, leave a message. There is a voicemail set up so I can play it live on the show. And so anytime there's any comment or any type of topic that comes up, or if you just want to leave a tip, you can leave a tip for the show. Maybe there's a story you want to share with me. You don't want to email me. Go to asktimblack.com and leave a message. Because I want to hear what you think. I want to hear what you think about this. All right, last but not least, guys, give it up for that segment. Wow. Give it up for that, give it up for that, give it up for that. So we did budget cuts. Let's go to the mayors for 200, Johnson. All right, so the mayors were in the house. The mayors came to D.C. to talk about their sanctuary cities. This is always fun. Fun times, sanctuary cities, folks. Fun times. Oh, do we have that? I think we had that. I guess that's what this is. We'll find out, Johnson. So we had Mayor Eric Adams, we had Brandon Johnson, and we had the sister from Denver. I know, I guess we'll get to it. Mayor Wu came. So anyway, they came here to talk about the sanctuary cities and explain what's going on in their cities. And I just thought this would be good to talk about. Let's get into it. Well, that's not it. That's the jumping around. What's going on? Hold on, man. Hold on. That's not what I'm looking for. That's the Democrats doing their best to be relevant, Tim. That's not what you're looking for. Damn it. What's the thing with the thing? Well, damn it, what happened to the thing? Where's the where are the people talking about the thing? Jesus, I don't know where it is. I don't have it. It did not make it this. Oh man, is that gonna have to wait till next time? Darn it. Yeah, I don't have that in front of me. It's a I do not have it. Okay, so it is what it is, Johnson. Hate to do that to you guys. What I can do is I guess I'll have to say that because I don't have it. We're at 2 hours and I don't have it in front of me. And that can be a separate segment. It is the mayor's testimony. Well, you know what? We can go to commercial. I can go try to grab it. I can try. Let's try. Let's go to commercial and try to grab it, guys. Don't go nowheres. Stay here with us, Johnson. We're here on the Tim Black Show. We'll be right back. Let's see if we can jump out here and then jump back, Johnson. Let's see what we got. Do we have enough time?
Most news shows are suspect. They don't focus on Black issues, and when they do, it's all fluff. How does that help your life? How does that help your family? How does that help the culture? They don't. The Tim Black Show is different. Tim Black gives you news for people who can't stand the news. Real, authentic, researched, entertaining, on point. Don't let nobody take your cornbread. Visit www.timblacktv.com today. Get Black breaking news, politics, culture from someone you can trust. TimBlackTV.com. Join us today.
Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Don't be fooled by corporate media talking heads misleading the people. Get your news and information from an entity that keeps it real. Tim Black. Tim Black is the host of The Tim Black Show. Independent news that leaves you informed, inspired, and sometimes entertained, but always in the know. Go to TimBlackTV.com and sign up today. The Tim Black Show is news for people who can't stand the news. See you there.
Yo, I think I found it, Johnson. There we go. Thank you for coming back with us. Sticking in there, hanging in there like champs that you are, folks. Okay, so this is a clip. I think it's crazy because Representative O'Connor, who's a friend of the show out of California, he was questioning our folks up on the at the committee meeting, whatever this is, the hearing, I should say, where the mayors of the sanctuary cities were talking about their budgets and discussing the impact that the undocumented aliens or the immigrants had on the budgets of those cities, Chicago, Denver, and New York City. So let's see what they had to say, Johnson.
Gentleman's time's expired. Chair recognizes Dr. Fox from North Carolina.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mayor Johnson, in the last 4 years, how much has Chicago spent on care for illegal aliens?
Thank you for that question, Congresswoman. So since 2022, since the governor of Texas began shipping...
Just tell me a number. I don't need a speech. Just tell me a number.
So since 2022, since the governor of Texas was shipping individuals to cities across this country, the city's budget, roughly 1% of the city's budget over the course of 4 years.
Mayor Johnston, the same question, and I don't need a speech, just a number.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Thank you, Congresswoman. It's $79 million over the last 2.5 years.
Mayor Adams, same question. How much has New York spent to care for illegal aliens?
Approximately $6.9 billion went out of our taxpayers' funds.
Mayor Wu, same question. How much has Boston spent to care for illegal aliens in the last 4 years?
We do not ask about immigration status and giving city services and providing that access, so we do not have a number.
Taxpayers have been bearing the brunt of the massive wave of illegal aliens who've entered the United States. The Biden administration seemingly declared taxpayers and hardworking Americans collateral damage in the pursuit of open borders. Again, Mayor Johnson, are NGOs providing services to illegal aliens in Chicago?
In accordance with the Welcoming City Ordinance, our sister agencies or city departments, we do not seek the status of any individual that is seeking service.
Mayor Johnston, are NGOs providing services to illegal aliens in Denver?
Thank you, ma'am. When folks arrive on the streets without food or resources or shelter, we do provide food or shelter regardless of where folks arrive from.
Mayor Adams, same question.
Yes, in a combination of city agencies and nonprofits, we responded to the migrant asylum seekers humanitarian crisis that hit our city.
And Mayor Wu, I assume you don't know their status, but do you know if there are NGOs are providing services to people arriving in your city without any kind of documentation?
There are community organizations, many of them in Boston, who seek to serve all of our Boston residents.
Congress must provide oversight and ensure.
Okay, guys. So basically,
Gentlemen's time's expired.
All right, so here's what we got, guys. First of all, Brandon Johnson, man, that's horrible, man. Can't you just answer the damn question? I have the numbers here for you. Chicago spent $574.5 million. Yeah, in just the last 4 years, taking care of undocumented immigrants. Denver, 79 million, New York City, 6.9 billion. And Boston Mayor Wu doesn't have an idea because they don't track it. so that's where we are. And just to put it in let's see, let's put it in context, okay? Because I wanted to find out. I say, hey, let's look at Chicago. And I said, it was a simple question I asked, right? I wanted to know, looking at Chicago's budget, looking at Chicago's expenditure over the last 4 years, $574 million was spent. How many homeless people could they have housed with that? And it turns out they could have housed every homeless person in Chicago for half of what they spent on the undocumented folks. They could have got rid of all homelessness out of Chicago citizens for merely $241 million. But somehow they found $574 million for people that did pay into the system who are not American citizens who came here. And then we got people that don't understand the anger and frustration of the Chicago citizens. They want to paint the citizens that are upset about the situation in Chicago as being MAGA maniacs, unfeeling degenerates, people just with horrible politics who don't care about other people. No, they care about people. They care about their families and their neighborhoods. And yeah, that counts. You can care about your neighborhood and your family and that doesn't make you an evil person. I'm sure the people that came here from whatever country they came from, they care about their families. They care about their neighborhoods. It's not their fault they come to a country where the citizens of that country get treated like garbage. I'm sure that wasn't in the brochure when they decided to come this way. They heard that America's going to take care of them. They weren't deterred. They weren't like, I can't go to America. They don't take care of their own people. They're like, screw their people. They're going to take care of us. So it's okay for the migrants to want better life for their family, but it's not okay for American citizens to want a better life for their family. If American citizens want things to be better, they are selfish. They are unfeeling. They are degenerates. They are, what's the word for it? Garbage, whatever Biden referred to them. And we know that's not the case. That's not. Of course, there's some bad people and some good people in all people. But if you look at the amount of money, my thing is this: if the federal government, if Biden's policies are what created the influx of immigration, it should have been the federal government that took care of the costs. There you go. Problem solved. Problem solved. Yeah, if it's gonna be your policies that make this happen, that make the influx come at the border, then why not make it be a federal problem that the government has to take care of? Now, of course, that means American taxpayers are paying for it. And it just kicks the can down the road a little bit, because that's still out of our money. But I'm just saying, you can't it's a bad situation all the way around. So I don't know what happened exactly with Brandon Johnson. Everybody was looking to see what were going to be the fallout from the hearings. It just sounded like everybody came prepared to answer questions. They had answers that were canned, and they said those things in front of the cameras, and nothing really was accomplished. I heard reports that the people asking the questions were trying to get sound bites, and the mayors are trying to get sound bites, and they're trying to get reelected, and they want to look a certain way, and it's just a bunch of nonsense. At the end of the day, it's the citizens of those cities that are getting screwed, which didn't change. So it's business as usual. The citizens don't get anything out of it, and there's no real solution. And everybody wants to be compassionate and helpful and caring, as long as it's someone else's money that they're doing it with, as long as it's someone else's resources that they're doing it with. Brandon Johnson, Wu, Mayor Wu, Mayor Johnston, and the other one, I don't know who the other one is. Oh, Mayor Eric Adams. Yeah, Mayor Eric Adams, he's in a very different situation. But I gotta say, man, I don't know. The whole we're here, open the door and let everybody come in is not working when Americans' standard of living is going down. And everybody's feeling the pinch. And then you got resources, and it's just so many resources. I still blame Biden. I know they got sanctuary cities that have plans, they have their own statutes, and I don't even know if Brandon Johnson can violate. Like, to be honest, I know he's not a popular guy, right? I'm not sure that he can override the charter of the city. Like, if the city's a sanctuary city, how do you change that? Like, what do you do? That's what the city was when you became mayor. You can't change the designation, right? Is it up to Mayor Eric Adams or Mayor Wu to change it? I don't know if you can. Last thing I'll say, and look, it's not cut and dry, because believe me, I understand it. Even if those people did not show up, Chicago wasn't going to take care of the homeless people. I get it. I hear the criticism. I hear where y'all coming from. You're like, Tim, yeah, I hear you. I get your point, Tim, but these people need our help. And America's so dirty, they weren't going to help us anyway. Yeah, but see, I want to hold them accountable for not helping us. That's what I want to do. And I want to take this opportunity when they're doing for others to say, hey, Black America's sitting on the bottom. That's why I got to be... There was a song that came out in the late 90s or the early mid-90s. I forget who made it. Somebody let me know. And it was popular in D.C. And the break was $100 in a one-track mind. That's all I remember. $100 in a one-track mind. $100 in a one-track mind. $100 in a one-track mind. You gotta listen to go-go music to know what I'm talking about. But see, that's what I have about the Black community. I got $100 in a one-track mind. My one track is making life better for Black America, getting us off the bottom of the bottom in this country that we built for free against our will, that we were never compensated for. See, I want to stay focused on that. So whenever I look at Chicago and say, hey, you spent $500 million on people that weren't citizens. How much did you spend on Black America? That's what our shelter's supposed to do. Get it? That's what Tamika Mallory's supposed to do. That's what, I don't know, Amanda Seals is supposed to do. That's what all these people, that's what Killer Mike's supposed to do. That's what all these people that are sort of my son, you know what I'm saying? All these Black folks that are, whether they want to or not, are exalted into these positions. Like, these are activists / influencers / social justice what they call it? Street politicians. This is bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. Who is that shit? Street politician. You are a person trying to get a check on some bullshit. Okay? Okay? Me and Charleston White can figure this shit out in a week. Give us a week talking shit on a podcast. We can figure this all out. Throw in my Dr. Musa to keep us some, give us a little grounding and some, It's some, expertise in the delivery and sharpening, smoothing the edges of the shit. We can figure this all out. But you need people that have $100 in a one-track mind when it comes to Black America being on the bottom, because all these other people are supposed to be fighting for the same thing that I'm talking about. And the only reason why I sound different is because we got a bunch of lames who are in these positions, who have the notoriety, who ain't fighting for us. That's when Candace Owens sound interesting, because she is bold. These people are not even bold enough to say, forget this illegal alien shit. We got Black Americans. We're going to take care of that first. These people want to be put first in their own countries. We should be put first in this country. And the reason why we're not put first in this country is because we allowed the Democratic Party to dilute us and to filter us in with a bunch of people of color. Women of color, people of color, all this bullshit. Diversity, no, Black. So that's why I sound crazy. That's why I sound radical. Because I'm one of the few. I'm one of few people that are bold and real, that are willing to challenge the status quo, that are willing to be blackballed or called names, to be said I'm xenophobic. Yeah, and I go outside. When I'm talking to brothers and sisters, they don't even know what the hell that is. They didn't even use that word. Xenophobic. That's a weird way to say a down-ass brother, a real brother. That's a crazy word to say, real-ass brother. You could have just said real-ass brother. Why are you using $5 words? You're just used to the bullshit. Now, what I'm standing on is what Black people should be standing on. Instead, they want to run around with all that black skin on them, using all the caveats and all the cachet of being Black, and meanwhile, championing for everybody that ain't Black. Because they're afraid they're going to lose their little spot. And I don't have that problem. So $500 million was spent in Chicago. Meanwhile, we can't keep the schools open in Chicago. Huh? Give me a damn break. Now, at some point, we got to grow up, and we got to see who's for us and who's not for us, and we got to demand better. And it ain't going to happen sitting under the knee, around the ankles of the Democratic Party like little hound dogs, little puppy dogs. I don't do puppy dog. I don't do begging. I don't do this subservient bullshit like these kiss asses do. New York City spent $6.9 billion the last 4 years. How much of that money was spent on Black Americans? None. I got a problem with it. All right, guys, that's all I got. I appreciate y'all being here tonight. I appreciate y'all coming through. Thank you for being down with the content. Thank you for sharing it. Hit the like button on your way out. I'm mean, but I'm meaningful. All right, I'm mean, but I'm meaningful, and we're going to keep on doing what we do. Make sure you come to the channel, share something, watch something over the weekend. I got more content to cut up and put out over the weekend. We want to continue to grow. Thank you for what you're doing. It's making an impact. You matter. I want you to know that you matter. What you're doing helps this channel. We've grown 40,000 over the last, I'd say, 6 months. That's because our message is right. I don't care what other people say. The message is right. The numbers show we're going in the right direction. We're reaching more people. We're having an impact. It ain't everything. We ain't many, but we are plenty, and we are growing. All right, guys. Remember, you got to be built for this, and I'm built for it. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm built to tell you the truth. Are you built to listen to it, accept it, and put it into action? That's the question. Let's go to comments, fam. Who's in the house, Johnson? This is a Friday. We got some new members. We got She Cooks and Roast. We got Black Mamba telling y'all, don't forget to go get your black mug. I don't even think I said this tonight. Go get your black mug from the Tim Black Mug Shop at at timblackmug.com. Yeah, timblackmug.com. Megs gave somebody a membership because she's amazing. Welcome, Harriet Mason. Welcome, China Doll. The Revelator says, well, you don't have any real policies to run on for regular people in this country. You resort to childish and silly gimmicks just like that. Yeah, you do. Popo Nea Shelley says they purposely put black people on the front lines to push this nonsense. Used like Harbor Freight. Weekend special tools. It's embarrassing. Yeah, it is, fam. It is. Absolutely, brother. Faith speaks life. Faith speaks life. Thank you, sister, for joining us. Popo Nea Shelley gave out a membership to somebody. Thank you, my brother. Revelator, existential threat. The video did horse with that phrase. I can't stand that phrase, Johnson. You know what, Johnson? That's another one of the phrases that the chattering classes of elite, bubble living liberals like to use that you'll never hear regular people use. Never hear regular people use it. It's an existential threat. No. We used to have parties, and you had to leave at a certain time because it always would get broken up at some point by the stick-up boys or something would come through. And they weren't an existential threat. They were just ninjas trying to get some money. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what existential threat is, but I do know people that crash the party. Sometimes they jump out of U-Hauls with baseball bats. But they wasn't an existential threat. They was N-words with baseball bats. so take that for what it's worth. The Revelator says that TDS, MDS is a mother. Yeah, that Musk derangement syndrome. You know what I'm saying? We'll see where it goes. After hearing about the heated exchange, if Musk makes another error in judgment, he may not last before the end of the year. We'll have to see. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Johnson. Like I told you, man, he not used to being told no. So we're going to see where it goes. I do not put it past him. Trump is in a precarious situation, fam. Because check this out, fam. And I know that's a big word, right? But check this out. Because Musk could flip the whole script. You know? Trump turns on Musk at some point, and Musk get petty. You know what I'm saying? He could get petty. But, you know, it could happen. I don't know. I might have to put that on my bingo card, fam. Because I can see it happening, can't you? Revelator, can't you see it happening? Where Kirk, can't you see it happening where things where Trump and Elon have a public falling out, and then all of a sudden, you got Elon trashing Trump on X. I can see it. Yeah, I can see it happening. Cuss jar donation. Mrs. Black got me that a long time ago. She said, you need a cuss jar. You need a buzzer for the cuss. That's back when Mrs. Black used to do the show with me, man. We did some different things on this channel, man. We tried different things, man. It was fun. We had a good time. I have a good time doing the show, man. I want to thank everybody that came through. I want to thank everybody for doing what you do this week. What a great week. That's it. Have a safe weekend. Damn it. Have a safe weekend. And that's in order. I'm serious, man. I don't want to hear no bad news about nobody. I want everybody to be safe. And I want to see you on Sunday. How about that? All right, guys, I got you. Remember, like I always say, don't let anybody take your cornbread. If I find out somebody took your cornbread, we're going to have a problem. We got enough people getting people. We have enough of y'all out here getting your cornbread taken. We got to draw a line in the sand. Keep your cornbread. And as always, I'd like to end by saying, Oh, hey, look, somebody asked me, Tim. They said, Tim Black, somebody was watching the show, and they asked me, they said, Tim Black, what is the name of that song? Damn it. And I wanna tell people the name of the song. It's maybe ill-advised, right? But it was such a good brother. Young brother was like, Mr. Black, I watch your show. Me and my mom watch your show, and we have a good time. What? Here we go. We have a good time watching your show, and we love the song at the end with your daughters, and we just love it. And Mr. Black, what's the name of the song? So I want to see if I can find it here. Of course, I have it. Damn it! I thought that was. I thought I had it listed here. Say it like it is. That sounds like that. That drum sound familiar, didn't it? That drum sounds like it. Damn it. Guys, I hate to hold you up like this. I guess I'm gonna have to look for it. I thought it would be in my listing here that I could just tell you very quickly what the name of that theme music is on my last track, but it's not jumping out at me. I'm not gatekeeping. Is this it? Got it. Okay, here it is, guys. The name of this track right here is Can't Handle It. And the artist's name is Ryan James Carr. Can't Handle It by Ryan James Carr. I do not own this track. I do pay a subscription to use it. If you use it on your YouTube or on your content, a copyright will come up because you got to pay to use it. I pay to use it. So, but that's the name of the track is Can't Handle It. The artist's name was Ryan James Carr. Thank you, guys. I love you. And remember, like I always say, don't let nobody take your cornbread, Johnson. And where are my ladies at? Oh,